Miranda Maverick and Dione Barbosa in the women's flyweight division. This was actually my first interview I have ever done with an MMA fighter or UFC fighter, was with Dione Barbosa about 3 days before she accepted this fight on short notice. And I was asking her in that interview, would you ever like to take these short notice opportunities? And she says, yes, of course. I'm always ready. I'm always training. I'm always in shape. I can always make weight if need be. If the UFC calls me, I am ready. So I have no issues with this fight. And I'm not going to use that as a factor to why Miranda should win. Just sheerly based off of she's taking the fight on short notice. Because I was talking with her, she was ready 3 days before she got the call to fight Miranda Maverick here. And of course, if you don't remember, Miranda was supposed to fight Tracy Cortez. Tracy got moved a week back and fought Rose Namajunas in the main event and lost pretty dominantly. This is going to be a close one in my opinion. I think Miranda is going to win. I know I interviewed Dione Barbosa, but we don't let bias come into my predictions. I know I've interviewed a lot of these fighters. I have like 6 interviews so far. I'm not just going to pick them just because I interviewed them. Dione is very good with her elbows. She's good at spinning and landing good shots. Her boxing is pretty solid. You just weren't able to see it. Again, a good perk of watching interviews and interviewing fighters is I heard Dione Barbosa's last fight, which I watched film on, against Ernesta Karakati, she actually messed up her shoulder and wasn't able to punch for pretty much that entire fight. So if you're looking back at the Ernesta Karakatsi, however you say that name, if you're looking back at that fight and you're wondering, oh, Miranda's probably going to outstrike her on the feet, that's not going to happen necessarily because she was very, very compromised when it comes to the striking there. So there's not a lot you can take from the striking from Dione's last fight. And just the fact that, she was able to win with one arm, which is kind of crazy. I do believe Miranda still is going to be the better striker here. And I would say better wrestler. I know Dione Barbosa has the judo background and she's good on the ground with getting submissions and things like that. I just do believe Miranda and her takedown and her ground and pound is really going to be the factor. She's got arm bars, she's got rear naked, she's got another arm bar right there and a few decisions. That would be your best bet of a finish, would be Miranda going for a takedown. And then Dione getting a submission off of her back. But on the feet, I think Miranda is slightly better with her volume and pressure. And I think on the ground, she's better at maintaining that top control, not getting submitted, and just landing ground and pound. She's very, very good at that. She's never been finished, so I'm not worried about that here. Never been submitted, never been knocked out. I don't think she's going to do either two. Dione Barbosa, who's another girl, 7-2, only lost once by finish, and that was to Josiane Nunes, who, if you don't know, is a UFC bantamweight who was previously fought at featherweight. So that was a big girl she was fighting there. So I don't think there's going to be a finish. I have this one going all the way. I think it's going to be a fun one. If you don't know, they're both pretty exciting in my opinion. Dione's fight, in her debut was very, very fun. Miranda, even on the ground, she makes it very, very fun with her ground and pound and submissions, and on the feet, very fun as well. So I expect this one to be a good one, and I do have Miranda Maverick winning this fight by a 29-28 decision or a 30-27. I think it's going to be one of those where it's mixed between the two, like judges have it 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27, one of those type of things. For Miranda Maverick, some of them are going to have her all around, some of them are going to have just two. That's the prediction.